Assalamualaikum. You are watching Kashi Zubair on Islam 101. This series is focused on implementing Quran in our lives. Today's topic is how to worship 24/7. In this particular episode, I'll be focusing on few verses from Quran. First, verse 56 of Surah Adh-Dhariyat, that states, "And I did not create jinns and human beings except for the purpose that they should worship me." In another verse 62 of Surah Al-Anaam, Allah commands us, "Say, my prayer, my offering, my life and my death are for Allah, the Lord of all worlds." So today's question is, if the purpose of our lives is to be in a state of prayers 24/7, how exactly are we supposed to live our lives? Don't we have work to do to make a living and pay our bills? Don't we have families who require our attention? Don't we have to set aside time to take care of ourselves? The answer to all these questions is yes, absolutely yes. So how exactly do we engage in a state of prayers 24/7 then? The answer is simple, and it lies in our why. For every action we perform, we have to ask ourselves, why are we doing what we are doing right now? It only requires a change in our mindsets. As Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us, "Innamal a'malu binniyat," meaning all actions are based on intentions. We can continue to live the way we are living and just look at things a little differently. If we perform every act in our lives to glorify God by following His commandments, our actions become a part of us worshipping the God. And then worshipping God is not just a matter of praying 5 times a day or fasting during the month of Ramadan. Let me explain by using some examples. First example. When we go to work, if our intention is to perform our work at the utmost level per Islamic values, so there is no dishonesty or breach of trust, and we do not do it for our sake but Allah's sake, we are constantly in the state of taqwa, which is awareness of God. And when we bring back our earnings home and spend that money on our family to feed, clothe and providing a shelter, that spending is considered a form of charity. Another example, if we do physical workouts and take care of our bodies, not to look handsome among other people, but to fulfill an Islamic obligation of taking good care of our physique, as they are giving to us as an amana, we are in a state of prayer. When we are having meals and don't eat and drink excessively, we are following Allah's command given in Surah Al-Arif. Another example, when we study to gain knowledge, to become a better Muslim and a beneficial part of the society we live in, that very act of gaining knowledge and all that comes as a result of that makes us being in a state of prayers. And last example for this episode, even loving our families and friends and visiting them or forgiving someone can be an act of worship, as God Almighty told us, "My love is assured for those who love each other for my sake, who sit together for my sake, who visit each other for my sake, and who spend on each other for my sake." So basically, if we do everything in our lives in the name of God, that simple act becomes a part of worship. However, as I mentioned earlier, "Innamal a'malu binniyat," be mindful of your intentions even when we do good deeds. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us, "Verily, the first people to be judged on the day of resurrection will be a man who was martyred. He will be brought, the blessings of Allah will be made known, and he will acknowledge them. Allah will say, 'What did you do about them?' The man will say, 'I fought in your cause until I was martyred.'" And Allah will say, "You have died, for you fought only that it would be said you were brave, and thus it was said." Then Allah will order him to be dragged upon his face until he is cast into hellfire. Another man gained religious knowledge, taught others, and recited the Quran. He'd be brought the blessings of Allah, will be made known, and he will acknowledge them. Allah will say, "What did you do about them?" The man will say, "I learned religious knowledge, taught others, and I recited Quran for your sake." Allah will say, "You have lied, for you studied only that it would be said you are a scholar, and you recited Quran only that it would be said you are a reciter, and thus it was said." Then Allah will order him to be dragged upon his face until he is cast into hellfire. Another man was given an abundance of blessings from Allah and every kind of wealth. He will be brought. The blessings of Allah will be made known, and he will acknowledge them. Allah will say, "What did you do about them?" The man will say, "I did not leave any good cause beloved to you, but that I spent on it for your sake." Allah will say, "You have lied, for you spent only that it would be said you are generous, and thus it was said." Then Allah will order him to be dragged upon his face until he is cast into hellfire. So my viewers, please be cognizant of your intentions, even when it appears that you are doing good work. If we have our intentions in the right place and live our lives as prescribed in Quran and Sunnah, inshallah, we'll be able to spend the rest of our lives in the state of prayers. Please like, share, and follow this channel, Qashi Zubair on Islam 101, to be in the know of upcoming videos. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.